Dead End Hip Hop album review. Metro Boomin, Heroes and Villains. Before I get into the review, make sure you guys hit the like button, the thumbs up button, and check out our Patreon, patreon.com/deadendhiphop, where we do classic album reviews. Feefo is not here, nor Rod. But sitting in for them, we had 2 for 1. Nick, you do say.
What's going on? How y'all doing?
A Dead End fave, man. The people love you, so glad you're here.
Appreciate it.
Metro Boomin. So this is a compilation album of sorts, producer album where he put together this and reached out to a few folks. I think the thing that stood out to me here, overall, I did like it. I think the diversity in Metro Boomin's production.
I'm trying to tell you, I mean, see, you know, I fucks with Metro. I always fuck with Metro, man.
Yeah.
From day one?
Oh yeah, I always like Metro. As a producer, I've always liked his production style, man.
And I'm glad you said it because I feel like I didn't notice it until later on, but I was like, damn, he's actually much better than what people may just go off of. You just listen to the hits, like you just really listen to him as like doing his shit. It's like
compare him to his contemporaries.
Yeah,
man, I think for me, he's always been like one of my favorite like new era producers. You know what I'm saying? Like
because I thought it was like him and Myke Will going back and forth for a second, but then like to me he leaped. I won't say that's kind of disrespectful, but he took the next step.
He leaped for me.
This is what we do, man. We call it like we see it.
I fucks with Metro, man.
Myke Will is good, but he's sort of one dimensional. But Metro definitely on here. I was like, yo, like, I was really taken aback. I know you probably pay attention to it a little bit more than I do, but when I was listening for it, I expect the booming type, heavy bass type beats, which you got on here, but then you got shit like the shit with Don Toliver on here, which I don't even really like Don Toliver like that, bro.
Around me.
Shit, Too Many Nights, I Can't Save You was good. I like Don Toliver on there. I don't really like Don Toliver all that much.
Yeah, to me, he was messing up the album for me. I feel like he was on a little bit too many songs.
What?
I like Don Toliver. I can see why some people wouldn't, but I like what he did on these tracks.
Yeah.
Only on track 9, I Can't Save You, which was after one of my favorite joints on him, Metro Spider.
That's the best beat on the album. Man,
which one?
Young Thug was floating on that shit too.
Man.
And that's why I'm like,
on Metro Spider, yeah.
Oh, it's a travesty that Thug is not able to make the music like he used to. But like, man,
Wait, you saying Thug fell off?
No. I'm just saying like he locked up.
Oh,
And he ain't able to make the music. But like, it's one of those things like, bro, when they both in their pockets.
That song is a prime example. I'm
Exactly.
like, wow, dog. Like, and then the Ray of transition and I Can't Save You was like that shit was so
Him
perfect.
and Future again. It's like,
that shit. I'm surprised he hasn't produced the whole album for Future. And Future like got one of his taglines. Like he used his voice for his tagline.
He did Dirty Sprite too. But I don't think
he produced the whole thing. I'm talking about like
it was like it was pretty much all Metro. It was a couple additional.
on Dirty Sprite too.
Yeah,
and we reviewed that. I don't remember it.
That was like Metro's breakout.
Better be right, Nick.
Really?
He gonna get you.
I don't remember him producing the entire album. Like
it was pretty much the whole
like
album.
21 Savage, like him.
Yeah,
he did an album with.
Let me hold on.
Okay.
Let me do this.
You didn't like the way he used Don Toliver on I Can't Save You?
Okay, I'll give you that one.
That's the only one I like him on.
I'll give you that. Yeah, I'll give you that. I feel like the first half of Walk 'Em Down was great. That second part of Walk 'Em Down, who was that?
Mustafa.
Walk 'Em Down was hard.
Yeah, the first part.
First part,
yeah. I get what you're
21
saying.
Savage.
Yeah.
And then, so I thought it was a different song. So like, I remember I was being listened to it. And I'm just like, oh yeah, I ain't feeling this track. And when I looked and I saw Walk 'Em Down, I'm like, oh, this the same. I'm like, oh, how you messed up? That should have been a song by itself. I think.
Yeah,
I feel like you messed up. That was a bad opportunity for you to mess up that song. Zaytoven, Frank Dukes. This ain't all Metro Boomin. Damn. Sonny Digital.
Damn.
I said co-production was some of them, but that was mostly Metro.
Yeah.
It's like 90% Metro on
Zaytoven on here. Really? Yeah. I mean, strictly all Metro.
You want all?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
That's about as much.
That's what he did with
Metro
21
as gonna
Savage. Like he produced it. Boom.
Umbrella. Y'all fuck with Umbrella?
Yeah, with Young Nutty. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Young Nudie.
Is that his
I said Nutty. Yeah, Young Nudie.
Why? Nudie's having a good year though. Nudie's having a good year.
I think it's because he's on my radar now. And but isn't this the guy? And y'all, the youngins, help me out. I thought that was something that he was on. That he sounded like Gucci.
It was
Am
like
I thinking about the same rapper?
Young Nudie, EA Monster was a project that he reminded me of old Gucci.
But it was a song we recently did, and I thought he was a feature on it, and I was like, oh, I'm starting to mess with him. But I did like him on here though.
I will say this: I didn't know I needed a damn ASAP over a Metro Boomin until I heard "Feel the Fire."
Bruh.
That shit.
That sample flip.
I was like, wow. I was like,
Mike, what you think about that?
ASAP really? Yeah, it sounded.
that shit was
ASAP
hard.
sounded good on there.
That was one of the only songs I like on this.
Really?
That song was really good.
Mm-hmm.
He's using a different flow, and he just, I don't know, like that. I like that bouncy ASAP, but this was different.
Yeah.
I thought he sounded good. I mean, I like the fact that he opened the album. I was a little disappointed that he didn't rap. I thought that was kind of weird. You just passed it over to fucking John Legend. But yeah, that ASAP song was really good.
Yeah, the album opener was dope, and it went to Superhero, which was hard as hell. with
Oh yeah,
Future.
that transition. That shit was.
That's one thing I do like about this album. I think a lot of the transitionings from some of these, the transition from song to song was pretty dope. It was one joint I actually didn't mind Travis Scott on. I was just like, I can't remember which song.
You
it
Travis
was.
Scott out, Mike?
Was it Trance?
I was never Travis Scott in.
Niagara Falls. It was Niagara Falls. I thought Travis Scott in 21 was good. Was cool on that one. I mean, I'm with you, Ken. I think this was solid. Definitely a step up from the last one. The last project, I was actually pretty disappointed in that one.
Yeah,
but this one was definitely a lot
I
better.
always feel like with these projects, it's Metro. Like his production always outshines the artist most of the time.
Every time, and
Because like even with the Feel the Fire record, like I like ASAP, and I think that was
shit
was
was-
Takeoff on that
yeah,
as well.
That shit was dope.
It was just the beat was just so magnificent.
But it was
ASAP didn't really do as much as I wanted him to on it, in my opinion.
And look, this is coming from someone that's not an ASAP fan. I was
Yeah.
like, dog, I didn't know I needed that collab until I heard
But
it.
I did hear that
that shit was
ASAP
good.
said his next album he's gonna have a lot of Metro production on it.
Okay.
So I'm curious to see what they do moving forward.
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
that beat was just like I was like ASAP, you could have came harder on that one, in my opinion.
But yeah, no, I
How
think
you
Mike's-
he doesn't. What the fuck? He brought a completely different flow that he doesn't even use.
yeah, he did.
And he sounded. You talking about Future does the same shit every goddamn song ever.
Why Future
And
gotta
you
get
over
straight?
talking
So we
about,
talking about ASAP.
ASAP could have came harder. What are you talking about?
Hey, look, you got your gripes. I have
Damn,
mine.
man.
All I'm saying is that beat is magnificent, and it dwarfs what ASAP did on there.
Damn.
That's
Damn.
crazy. ASAP I mean, I want to say it's intentional. Brought a completely different style, and you just shitting on it.
I ain't shitting on him. I'm saying it's super aight.
That's kind of that's
The beat fire. His
know.
verses aight.
You may not be
Damn,
shitting
dude.
on him, but your stomach rubbling a little
No.
bit.
I'm saying I'm based off the beat and him and Metro seem like they're locked in the lab cooking. I can't wait to see what they do next. But this track is like, okay. It's
No, it was
something.
good, man. I mean, it was definitely one of the highlight joints on the album because it was, well, all his beats was pretty much different, but this one was really different feel from
Yeah,
from what Metro. Yeah, from
I haven't
what
heard
Metro
Soulful
is known-
Metro in a while.
Yeah,
If not
and
ever.
he can go that route.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I
Metro
didn't know he
goes-
could do that.
Yeah, that's why I fucks with Metro. I'm like, man, he's one of the young guys that I know that can give you various productions, if need be. I think my only gripe is just like, he like working with. I get it. He probably have a good rapport with a lot of these artists. It's like the same artist.
Yeah.
I would kind of like, I mean, you could still have give me some Future, give me some 21 Savage and stuff like that, but kind of give me some different.
That's what I was-
yeah, like another Atlanta guy.
That's what
you know
I was saying,
I'm
or Southern artists, like that's what I was
Yeah.
like rap, like put somebody like Rhapsody or
Yeah,
something, like,
like-
go out there and explore.
that would be my critique going, because I think this is kind of like a trilogy thing. I think Metro is setting up with the whole heroes and villains thing, so I think this is like a part 2. I think he's gonna do a third one, but that would be my only critique. It's just like, okay, I've heard 21 and Future and Gunna and stuff all on your last album. It's like this one is like, okay, same features, same. Here we go again. That's what the type of thing. Okay, I know you're gonna hate me on this one, but
Go ahead.
that fucking Weekend song was fucking
My man.
Was
horrible,
what?
bro.
You
said that
crazy.
Weekend song
Yeah, I
was
had to
horrible,
delete
bruh.
that from my library.
Bruh.
I want to hear nothing you gotta say.
I had to
But
delete
what?
that. It damn near ruined my
Because
weekend.
it was I think it was a remake of, yeah, and it came right after I Can't Save Her.
Yeah, I
man.
thought he was gonna kill. I was like, oh, Weekend and Metro, they about to.
And then when I heard the sample, and I'm like, okay, this the Mario Winans. I can't,
Yep.
I'm like, but then when he started singing it, I was like, oh yeah, Mike gonna hate me for this one because this is.
I thought you sounded good.
You thought he sounded good?
If you're playing me, keep it on
Sound
the
like, it sound like a
Oh, this shit sounded
like Kids
horrible.
Bop almost a little bit.
I'm like, bruh. I'm like, this is not the same weekend Myke and Feefo go crazy over because
It was
this dude
weekday.
sounds horrible.
That's what it was.
Bruh.
It was a weekday for
So
that
I would
nigga.
say,
I didn't like the whole song, but I liked Weekend's part. Sure.
yeah, I would say that was a low part for the album for me. The second half of Walk 'Em Down with what's the Mustafa? And like I said, Don Toliver. You know,
Who was on 50% of the album.
yeah, it was too much Don Toliver for me. I think he could have toned it down on Don Toliver. I feel like John Legend was definitely a great feature. You know, he was singing. John Legend was singing.
And
You
then
know
the
what I'm
beat
saying?
change, yeah.
Yep, and the beat switch on
the
Superheroes
beat
with Chris
switch was
Brown.
nice.
I thought that was.
Yeah, I like that
dope.
too. I like that too.
Production wise, I'm with Nick. Like on the production, I'm just like, yes, I get new Metro Boomin beats. You know, of course the Metro Boomin. I feel like his beats does outshine some of these artists on here, and this is like, damn, man, like that's why I want him to kind of work with some different artists, kind of, you know, switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm with you on that now after kind of really kind of locking in on because the first time I played, I was like, all right, it's all right. But I was like, well, this is Metro Boomin. Metro Boomin's a producer. And I was like, man, I'm not really hearing all those banging beats. So I was like, let me lock in and see what he's doing. Less about what they're doing, but what he's doing and how he's using them. And I was like, oh shit. Like he's doing some different sounds over here that I didn't know he could do.
Yeah.
That's why when it gels well, like when songs really do work, it's like, wow, this is something right here.
Like Metro Spider.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
but when you just like you said, that's all I do is just listen. Like his production is something to be. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I could have done without some of these Travis Scott songs on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot.
You think
of him on here.
Travis Scott can come back?
After listening to this, I don't know.
He's been gone or something? Like he
Well,
fell off?
ever since the whole incident, he kind of been taking time away. And then
Oh, the
now,
concert incident?
Yeah, now
I
he's
was
trying to.
talking about the music.
But now I think he's trying to come back. You know what I'm saying, and be in the forefront.
I mean, he got a huge fan base. I'm pretty sure they eat up whatever he
Yeah, but there's no where's the banger on here for him though?
Yeah, I was expecting at least
think you
something.
need that.
Yeah, I was expecting something more from him.
Because there's nothing on here to really get people excited about. Like, oh shit! Like I need to hear a new Travis Scott. Like the same way that Myke is excited about ASAP Rocky. There's nothing on here.
I got more. Yeah, I got more
I got
excitement about ASAP than
Yeah.
Travis Scott on.
I got you.
You know, listening to 21 here just created further disappointment in what happened, what he did with that Drake shit.
Yeah, that's true too. I feel like Feel the Fire should have been the last track. I don't know for some reason.
I thought it was.
Nah,
all the
I thought
money-
it was, but
all
nah,
the
it's that
money.
Gunna.
It's a bonus.
I like that Gunna
It's a bonus
record.
track.
that doesn't
Yeah,
count.
with Gunna. Yeah,
I like that Gunna.
Because it did feel like a good close, and then he got Takeoff. You know, RIP just passed away. So yeah, I thought that was gonna be like the final thing.
Yeah, this is another one of those projects where I can't necessarily say it's bad or anything like that, but the beats were the only part that interested me. The artists themselves, I did not like. Most of the artists that were on here are not my speed. I don't like auto-tune rappers. So a lot of the Futures and the Don Tollivers, they don't interest me. Travis Scott, they don't interest me. When I played this the first time, I pretty much tuned this out until Umbrella came on. And I thought Umbrella was really good. 21 sounded great. I'm not super familiar with Young Nudie. He sounded fine. Then I didn't pay attention again until Metro Spider, which I really liked. Mainly for Thug. I feel like what he did over this was actually really, really, really dope. Especially on the second verse. Like there was a part where I didn't even know that was him. Where he was like overpronouncing, like right there. The way he was doing that, I was like, damn, I even looked at the track list. I was like, no, it only says Thug. But yeah, no, that song was really, really good. I did like like I said, the first part of Creepin', but after that, I didn't like anything until Feel the Fire with ASAP and Takeoff. But for the most part, and not to be a jerk or disrespectful, I just found a lot of this to be a little boring. I'm not super familiar with Metro Boomin like that. I'm pretty sure I did not listen to the other album unless we reviewed and I don't remember.
No, we didn't. Yeah, we didn't review.
Then I'm sure I didn't listen to it. But this is not what I was expecting. I think I was expecting more rap, like rap, as opposed to more of this like R&B-ish rap. So yeah, a lot of this just did not interest me in any way, shape, or form.
And he worked with Big Sean. Yeah, he did an album. He did a whole album produced with him. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't, Big Crit, Jid, like he could have really tapped in some different artists. I think that would have did sound beautiful over these.
The only thing I'm thinking about, and I forgot to mention this because Metro's he's been in a lot of personal stuff, like with his mom.
Yeah,
so I was happy to just see him just come back, just do music in general after that tragedy that happened.
Yeah, that was horrible.
So I felt like he only got like people that he's really close or has built relationships with for this project.
And
so maybe the third, like
yeah.
you said, I didn't know that it does make sense that it could be a trilogy. He's going. So maybe the next one is where he branches out more. Maybe this is just more like these are the homies that were around me around that time.
Maybe
that would make sense. I don't know anything about this tragedy, but whatever it was, I hope he's doing better mentally. But that would make sense because when I listened to this, I was like, why is he using only the same like 3 or 4 people throughout this whole project? I thought that was weird.
And it was like that on the last album. Just like Myke, I'm not, except for 21 Savage, I'm not really a huge fan of a lot of the artists that are on here per se. Like if their music come out, I'm not being like stopping what I'm doing to check out their stuff. Like I say, with the exception of 21 Savage, but so yeah, I'm just like, okay, I'm here for the beats. I'm just here for the production. I'm trying to hear what Metro is doing, sonically with this production. He created a movie on the production wise, but it's just the MCs on here. And I think this is another prime example of why I think sometimes trap music can get trap beats can kind of get a bad rap because of the type of MCs that rap over them. Yeah. That's why I'm like, if you get some, I can hear, such and such killing some of these joints, man, and just making this shit sound nice. But that's just me.
Is this trap to you?
Yeah, most of Metros is like trap music.
I mean, on this project.
Not per se on this. Some of them are, but it's Metro, he can do whatever, man. I mean, it's a mixture of everything. It's not all trap. I will say that. It's not all trap, Myke.
It's in that pocket.
Yeah, it's in that pocket.
I would have never thought that listening to this album that this would be considered trap.
Yeah.
I'm not saying y'all are wrong. I would have never thought that this would be considered trap. The rappers themselves, maybe, but no.
I would say it's more of like the high quality version of trap, but like it's hard to describe. But it's hard to describe. But I understand, but it's
he's not in the box like that, so it's kind of hard to.
It's hard to describe, but I would say it definitely comes from that.
Yeah, because I don't want to call him a trap producer, but
no, he's not.
He's way more than that. You know what I'm saying? But
all right, favorite tracks. Let's see here. Definitely give me Metro Spider.
I think that's gonna be on everybody's favorite. That's the one right there.
I Can't Save You. I do like that one. Umbrella.
I'm geeking. I can't save it.
Hey, man, that hit the song. That shit,
don't it?
First half of Walk 'Em Down and Feel the Fire.
It's the first half.
No, that's real though. That's real.
I'll go with Superhero. I like Too Many Nights. Metro Spider. I Can't Save You. And All the Money.
Metro Spider. Feel the Fire. I'm with Kim. First half of Walk 'Em Down. That should be a separate. Niagara Falls and Superhero.
Metro Spider, Creepin', and Feel the Fire.
Metro, if you're watching, yeah, I like what I heard here. Mainly the diversity that I heard. I didn't know you really had all that, and it easily could be that I'm just not paying attention hard enough, which I will fully accept. But I mess with it, and I think that gives longevity to you and allows you to really open up and expand your range and working with different artists, which I'll be interested in seeing you do. I didn't know this was a trilogy. I have to go back and re-listen to the first version of this. All Heroes Don't Wear Capes, I think. To see what was what. But overall, yeah, there were definitely some joints on here that I enjoyed, and welcome back, I suppose. And whatever was going on, not familiar either. Hope that all is well, and that you're doing better.
Yeah, if you're watching, I definitely glad to see you back making music, and you're still keeping up the same quality, if not, pushing the limit. Can't wait to hear what you do more as far as with other artists. I think to B's point, I think you have proven you can do a lot from the region you're from, but I would like to hear, different other artists. But definitely, I'm curious to see what you got next.
Metro Boom, if you're watching, prayers to, what you got going on and tragedy that's happened to you earlier this year. So I'm glad you still making music. Like I said, I know usually when I'm doing my review, I kind of do my if you're watching and take at the same time. But yeah, with your next project, I just want you to just kind of tap in and work with some different artists. Still, still do the 21s, the Futures and stuff, because I'm pretty sure you have a good relationship with those guys. But I would just say just tap in with some different artists. You know what I'm saying? Even some upcoming artists as well too, because I'm pretty sure they'll definitely jump with the opportunity to rap over your production, because you're definitely not a one-trick pony when it comes to the production. You've definitely been one of my favorite new guys on the scene when it comes to beats. So just hope you keep it up, bro.
Metro Boomin, if you're watching, this is not for me. It's not my kind of music. I'm not really a fan of the rapping that was on here. I think your beats are great. But yeah, this is simply just not my kind of music. It's not a me sitting here being like, oh, these guys suck and these guys can't rap. This is just not my kind of rap. This is like trying to serve someone gazpacho when they hate tomatoes. That's really all it is. So yeah, this is definitely not for me, but congrats with everything. I hope everything is better for you mentally. And yeah, good luck on the next project.